My name is Larry Brill. I'm 66 years old, and I'm making this video to discuss, why I'm involved with HealthPointe. And what I'm seeing, especially with people my age, is that their quality of life is falling apart due to to health issues. Overweight, pre-diabetic, type 2 diabetes, metabolic dysfunction, immune problems, sick all the time, back pain, joint pain, needing to get knee surgery, shoulder surgery. All of these things are an indication that your body is probably not functioning at the level it should. It's borne out in the statistics in the U.S. 74% of Americans now are obese, overweight or obese. 50% have type 2 diabetes or prediabetes, whereas in 1950 it was only 1% of the population. Alzheimer's and dementia are going up. 25% of men under the age of 40 now have erectile dysfunction. 1 in 2 Americans will get cancer. There's more and more metrics, and the statistics don't lie. The statistics are the statistics. But I'm certainly seeing this, as I run into people, meet people, that we have a big problem in the U.S. and you can go into what's causing it. There's plenty of videos about why it's politics, it's influencing, it's lobbyists, whatever. But the important thing is that you don't want to spend the last 15 years of your life in a nursing home. You don't want to live in pain, and you can drastically increase your odds of living a high quality of life if you do a few simple things and get some simple education on how to eat and how to get healthy habits. And the problem is that we are barraged with this system and that system. You can lose 20 pounds in 20 days and blah, blah, blah. The problem with all those is that, first of all, the metric for success is not weight loss, because obviously, you can lose 20 pounds in 20 days, but what's going to happen after that? You didn't learn anything that's sustainable. You've got to have a sustainable program, long-term program. And it with the HealthPointe system, first of all, the most important thing about it is that you have a coach. You have someone like Eric, who has a lot of experience running the program and helping people, and he's there every day. You text him, whatever. A lot of people think they can do this on their own because they have, say, this is like a puzzle. You have bits and pieces of the puzzle. Like somebody might say, "Oh, all I got to do is not eat anything white, no white sugar, no white flour, blah blah blah." Well, that's one piece of the puzzle, but it's not the whole puzzle. You don't have time to learn the whole puzzle. Maybe some people do. Maybe some people have the discipline to make it work. But in the end, your best chance of success is to have a coach and a system where you have all the pieces of the puzzle. And the problem is that the penalty for not being successful is that not only do you get discouraged, but you're facing the fact that, for example, I ran into somebody that became acquainted with somebody that has full-on type 2 diabetes, and he sits in a chair all day. His legs are all swollen. He's got sores all over him, in pain. And the worst thing is that he has to get his blood glucose measured every 3 hours, day or night. So he has a neighbor out of the goodness of her heart who's doing this for him. And she has to, be up all night every 3 hours to measure his glucose. If something goes out of range, then he ends up having to go to the hospital, and she's got to take him to appointments and everything. And you got to think, well, who's going to do that for me? How is that going to, this? I'm just saying that this is, if you're at the starting point of metabolic dysfunction, you know, 20 pounds overweight or whatever, or you're pre-diabetic or you're pre-diabetic, you're on a serious path to very, very low quality of life. And so you have to be successful. You don't want to leave this up to, oh, I heard this would work or that would work. You need somebody that has all the pieces of the puzzle, and they can teach you all the pieces of the puzzle. And that's where Eric comes in. He's got a lot of experience. He's been very successful. He's helped several of my friends. I have a friend who was a pilot, also retired. He was 260 pounds, pre-diabetic. He wanted to fly corporate after an airline career, and to keep his medical, they have to monitor his blood glucose. And because he was pre-diabetic, that was every 3 months. If he went over a certain threshold, he'd have to start taking insulin, and then, months, years down the road, he's going to start to have physical dysfunctions and lose his medical license and not be able to fly. So Eric has helped him through the HealthPointe program reverse all of this. He's down from 260 basically to near 220, and his numbers are getting really good. So that is why I have a passion for this, because I don't believe that people should take their health for granted, and it is not that hard to fix. I wish I could take the brain and emotion of the people that I have tried to convince to do this program. They did this program, and then the light bulb went off in their head. Like, wow, I can do this. It's not that hard. It's a few habit changes, but I feel so much better. And I'm, doing, my quality of life is so much better. And I wish I could just take that emotion and that part of their brain and insert it in people that are reluctant to do this.